Hey, how you doing? John here again with
And
Fiona. I'm introducing you this time.
Okay.
We're talking about computer hardware and game upgrades and stuff like that.
Oh, are we? Okay, because this is just, he said, I've got, something to talk about, let's just wing it, so, alright, fine.
Well, first of all, we just ordered a PC for a friend.
Yep.
Who basically had to order a PC for her husband because he wasn't able to play Warhammer online.
Well, what's more, he had a HP, which meant that you couldn't really upgrade anything at all, even trying to plug in, RAM modules.
We got a video.
Didn't work.
We got a video card in there, a 6600 GT. We got that in there. The power supply was way underpowered for what was really required for it. We tried a 8800 GTX in there, and that just wouldn't work at all because there wasn't enough power.
Yeah.
So rather than just, even though he had PCI Express, he had a 3 gig P4 and whatever else, rather than just upgrading his video card, he has to basically get a whole new system.
Right.
You can't change the power supply in it, and there's all sorts of other funky stuff in there. But because he bought a brand name, he's stuck.
Sometimes they can be a bit limiting. They can be a really good deal. Let's not put them down completely.
Yeah, they can be, but yeah, for upgrades, it's kind of a bit of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, they can sort of have proprietary ways that they've designed the innards of the case, which means that you can't really buy things off the shelf that would work. So, anyway.
So we got a overclocked gaming PC. Off the production line, overclocked. Right, it's got SLI, it's a 3 gigahertz dual core overclocked to 3.5 gig. Now they're charging extra for this service, for this premium or this professional overclocking, which then I'm selling to the customer who used to do it by themselves. Used to teach people. Overclocking your PC was all about teaching you how to use a computer and all that.
Yeah, but why do it yourself now? I mean...
Well, you pay more for an overclocked PC.
Yeah, but how much more?
Well, probably 20% more for an overclock premium in a PC.
Now, are these true overclocks as in they've bought a 3 gig CPU and they've overclocked it?
The manufacturer has cherry-picked 3 gig CPUs.
Which manufacturer? Intel or the
manufacturer of the PC.
Okay, so the people actually putting together the PCs?
Yes.
Yes.
So they've cherry-picked CPUs off their production line that overclock well and put them into these premium systems. And sell them at a premium price.
Yeah.
So your chances of getting a system which you can overclock at home
yourself
are greatly diminished because they're cherry picking all the overclocking CPUs on the manufacturing level. All these overclockers are now running their own companies selling overclocked PCs.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing is, if you actually want to do the overclocking yourself, you have to buy the components yourself.
That's right.
But don't buy them off a manufacturer, a system integrator that puts together PCs and sells them overclocked because. Well, I mean, unless you know someone in the company that you could sort of get them to, check it out. But
I'm in two minds. In one way, I think it's a good deal for people who don't know anything about PCs to get a better deal than the straight production line stuff, premium price CPUs and whatever else. So they're getting something a little bit faster than normal for just a little bit extra rather than the huge amount extra. But on the other hand, because they're cherry picking all the good CPUs out of the production line, is taking away the real true value that overclockers used to get. So overclocking at home, to some extent, basic overclocking, is much harder now.
Yeah.
You have to really hunt for the individual CPU.
So you're just lamenting the old days, are you?
Yeah, but I'm debating with myself whether it's a good thing or bad thing for the industry. What do you think?
I think it's convenient. And
it's convenient, yeah.
I think PCs have become so mainstream and such an everyday part of our lives. It's like a DVD player, and you don't want to go fiddling with your DVD player. You just want it to work.
Yeah.
And I think that's how most people view PCs.
Building your system is still not easy, though. I mean, we've had several difficulties with this particular system, and maybe motherboard errors. We've had to upgrade BIOSes and all sorts of stuff. And if I was a home user who didn't know a lot about PCs, I would have had no end of headaches with this. I had headaches, and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, all these system integrators that put together PCs and they pump them out, every day. They've already tested that those components work well together and that there's no problems and exactly what drivers need to work with it. That's how they can build so many PCs a day. But yeah, if you're sort of, even though you can do your research and make sure that all the components are compatible and what have you, things are not always straightforward with building your own PC.
Probably the most important thing, I think, if you are a gamer or into 3D graphics or whatever else and think you might be looking at upgrading, always research the upgrade paths available to you when you buy a system.
Yeah.
You know, look at how powerful the power supply is, or how easy is it to change that out. If you buy one of those compact little compacts or HPs, you know, if you buy one of those little PCs where there's really not enough room for anything else, keep in mind that you might not be able to upgrade RAM or video card now, even though it's got a PCI Express slot.
Yeah.
The video, you know, bigger video cards may not fit in there because they're all built to fit. They're built perfectly to size. So going a little bit better bigger is better. So there you go. That's this week. We'll talk to you next time.